Okay. So I would like to read the procedures for holding meetings in absence of chair, secretary, and also when quorum is doubtful, and then we will go from there. So any Codi member may call the meeting to order at the appropriate time. The member who called the meeting to order presides, while the members present elect a chair pro tempore to preside for that meeting. No quorum is required to elect this chair for the meeting, and then they will preside while the members elect a secretary pro tempore to take the minutes for that meeting. No quorum is also required to elect that secretary. Chair pro tempore must next determine whether a quorum is present before proceeding further, and that quorum would be 6 members. If a quorum is present, then the meeting continues according to the agenda with the chair pro tempore presiding. If a quorum is not present, then the next step is for a member to either make a motion to adjourn, or if it is thought that absent members might be on their way, a motion to recess. If the quorum requirement Codi chose through its bylaws is not met, then that means Codi cannot conduct business or vote. However, the members present may go forward with scheduled presentations, discussions, announcements, etc. So after adjourning meeting for lack of quorum, the members present would be free to continue informally with non-business as discussed above. Which brings us to our next step of any Codi member calling the meeting to order at the appropriate time.
This is Cook. So to be clear, I am understanding we need somebody who is a current Codi member to desire to chair this meeting.
Yes.
And of the members present, who is currently appointed?
First, we need somebody to call the meeting to order. I am trying to get this pasted into
this is Maddie. I can do that if you like.
Well, Maddie?
I said this is Maddie. I can do that if you like.
Oh, thank you very much. So are we officially called to order now?
We are as of 3:05. The next step is that the member who called the meeting to order presides while members present elect a chair pro tempore to preside for this meeting.
That seems difficult, but I'll do it.
All right. Would anybody like to volunteer or nominate somebody to act as chair for this meeting?
Sure, I'll nominate myself.
Thank you, Matheson.
I nominate myself to be the
chair pro tempore. Do we have anybody else that would like to put themselves up for that position? Okay. Can we have a vote? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, seeing no opposition, then Maddie Matheson will be the chair pro temporum for this meeting. The next thing that we need to do is go ahead and make sure that we've got a secretary.
This is Spangler. I thought I was secretary.
You are unofficially secretary. Because that officer position has not been approved. So if you would like to continue doing that and taking notes today, then I would need you to volunteer yourself for pro tempore secretary.
Okay, then I will volunteer myself pro tempore secretary, whatever that means.
Thank you.
I think that's a wonderful thing. Eldridge, approve or second the motion.
Second the motion, wonderful. All in
All.
favor of Spangler being pro tempore secretary for this meeting?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, and I see some ayes in the chat. Anyone opposed? Okay,
This is
seeing no
good.
opposition, Spangler, you will be the pro tempore secretary.
Misha, just for, because I didn't miss it. I think or I missed it. I wasn't looking up. Did everybody vote aye? I know we had no opposition, but did everybody technically give you an aye in chat or signify as? I know John did.
We've got Mull and Ziegler that said aye in the chat.
Okay.
And then I heard several other ayes.
Okay. Jackson too. Okay. All right. So we're good.
Yes.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay.
Okay, if you're done with that, do we just start roll call, Misha?
Well, we do need to see if quorum is present. So yes, that would be a good next step. Let me scroll up to the top of my notes. Brooks. Kane. Jackson Kane.
Here.
Thank you. Nancy Carter. John Eldridge.
Here.
Thank you. Aquila Maxwell. Thank you. Maddie Matheson.
Present.
Thank you. Kanya Mall. And you may type in chat if you'd like. Thank you. Joel Simmons. Stacy Spangler.
Present.
Thank you. Lauren Ziegler.
Here.
Thank you. We do have 7 out of 10 members present, so we do have quorum.
Alrighty.
Are
All right.
all of them currently appointed?
Yes.
Okay.
Maddie, the next thing we will need to do is approve the minutes, the July and the August. And I do have a list of the members that are eligible to approve those based on who was present the previous month.
Okay. Can I get a motion to accept the July minutes, please? From anybody that was at that meeting.
And that would be Brooks, Eldridge, Maxwell, Mull, Spangler, and Ziegler.
This is Spangler. I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Alrighty.
I'll second it.
Second, okay.
Okay,
all
so
in-
Excuse me. Well, I'm sorry. I think I heard Maxwell do the seconding. Did I hear that? And I think Eldridge, if you weren't at the July meeting, you don't get to vote on those. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I thought that was one of that.
Okay.
Yeah, this is Maxwell. I second the meeting.
You're just
Okay, I
a
have a
wee bit
second.
hard to hear, Maxwell, just a little bit.
I'm sorry. I
It's
think I'm
okay.
in 2 different meetings, so I apologize.
Oh, jeez.
I didn't know you could do 2 Zoom meetings at the same time, but.
Okay, all right.
I second.
Gotcha.
thank you. So
should-
Spangler makes the first motion and Maxwell seconded the motion.
Okay, and then if you just want to say the name of whoever was at the July meeting left, they can just say yay or nay.
Okay. So for the August minutes, the members able to approve and second are Kane, Maxwell, Matheson, and Spangler.
Okay. I believe I could make a motion since I am the chair, since I was there for the August. No,
I am no Robert's Rules expert, but I don't think the chair is allowed to make a motion. Is that true?
I think the chair is allowed to make a motion, just not allowed to vote.
Okay, maybe that's it. Okay.
but I saw Misha shake her head.
Well, pro tempore is new for me, and I am not as well versed on it as I would like to be. Unfortunately, the Roberts Rules of Order online, when you go to the FAQ and try to ask some questions, both of those give a 404 error.
I don't have my book with me, so.
Andy,
This is Spangler. Can I make 2 motions in a row, or is there some rule about that?
I believe you can make 2 motions in a row.
Okay, well, just to be on the safe side, would you like me to make the motion to approve the August minutes?
I would love that. Thank you, Spangler.
Sure. What number did you call me on?
Well,
sir?
hang on. I think we didn't have everybody approve the July minutes, did we? Or do you just need a motion in a second?
Okay, let me give you the number and I'll tell you the employer line so you can talk to them. And they'll be able to assist you with that. I'll give you a number and things like get through.
We
Yeah, I'm
need
trying
some
to
muting,
figure out
please.
what outside noise I'm getting.
Yep, somebody's on the phone. Thank you.
Sorry, that's me. I'm in a cubicle farm, so.
Stephanie, you're muted.
That's okay. I don't have anything to add.
Okay, can you ask again, Matheson?
Yeah, sorry, the background's with me. I apologize.
It is okay.
About what you need to do.
I'm in a cubicle farm, so what I was asking was, do you need everybody to approve the July minutes?
Yes, we have Spangler made the first motion for July, Maxwell seconded the motion. Is there, all in favor?
All in favor? That's the top. That's what functions.
All right, anyone opposed? All right, I didn't hear a lot of ayes. I also didn't hear any opposed.
Aye.
I wasn't at the July, so.
yeah,
All right,
Your eyes are in the chat.
thank you. I'm seeing them now. Okay, so moving on, motion carried for July, August minutes. Spangler, did you still want to make the first motion?
I will be glad to make the motion to approve the August minutes.
Okay, is there a second to the motion?
This is Maddie. I'll second it.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Eldridge, how do you say? Aye or nay?
okay, I wasn't at the August meeting, that's why I didn't know if I was allowed to vote.
Wait.
Aye. I mean, yeah, I have no problem with it, yes.
To accept, okay. Let's see, we've got aye from Jackson, aye from Lauren, aye from Aquila. How
Yep.
about Tanya? Are you an aye or a nay? She's an aye. Okay, I think we've covered it now.
All right, anybody opposed? All right, seeing no opposition, approval of August minutes has been carried.
Okay, do you want to move forward to the presentation?
Yes, but Cook did have something to interject. Cook, if you'd like to come off mute.
I just want to say it is 3:17 and we've only gotten through call to order, roll call, and minutes approval. So it's not very effective when we have to go through that exercise every single meeting. And it's just frustrating. That's it. That's all I want to say. Frustrated.
Okay, Matheson, as for the presentation today, Craig Lamack was going to present on Deaf Awareness Month. That has now been rescheduled for a later month, hopefully in October.
Okay, so do we have any presentation at all?
No presentation. We can move forward to member advocacy and information.
Okay, let me talk to the guy who's doing that. Okay, I think I'm ready.
All right, perfect. Go ahead.
Sorry, let me change my screens here. So I apologize for the background noise. What I'm going to do mine on is actually the empowertennessee.org website. I don't know if that has been hit before or not. By no nodding of heads, I think I'm okay. So one thing on here is I was kind of browsing through the entire site at the advocacy links. It goes through and it lists different organizations and how they can help people with disabilities. The one that kind of struck me was access to free dental care. I kind of was I'd never heard this 501c3 before. It's called Dental Lifeline Network. Now, there are some caveats with it, i.e., you have to be what is considered an age of the elderly, so 65 or above, and have a permanent disability. But they can help with almost everything dental related. And it is dentallifeline.org/Tennessee if you're looking for that. And again, all this is on the empowertennessee.org website. I will copy this and never mind, you posted it. Thank you. There's also an area that gives access to free eyeglasses. That's another 501c3. It's called New Eyes for the Needy. I did not fully go through that to see what everything was, but again, its overall aim is to help people with disabilities get, any type of eyeglasses or anything else that you need.
Trying to get somebody.
Sorry, one second. I'm unable to get up and walk away from my desk, so apologies here. There are a couple other areas. Some of it deals with just services inside the state of Tennessee. And there's disability resources, autism resources, and other types of resources available for any and all. And then again, when you go back up to the advocacy links, it does give you a lot in terms of just the state of Tennessee when you're traveling. If you're going from here to Nashville or here to Memphis, you can find what's in the local area that can assist you with if you have any problems or anything like that.
Talk to them about that.
Sorry, this is the absolute worst time for me to do
Now,
that.
what are they trying to take away from you? Some of your.
I'll make it just short and sweet that if you go to this website, you can get help with a lot of things in and around anything disability centric. And I know it sounds odd, but it's the state of Tennessee's way of trying to bubble everything into one little area so you don't have to go searching 13,000 different websites for it. If that makes sense.
It does, and thank you, Maddie.
Access Tennessee.
Yes, Ms. Cook.
For the benefit of others, in case you aren't watching the chat, Jackson said that the dental program uses the same Title III-B monies, that it comes from the Older Americans Act that is used for legal services for people 60 and over. And that there should be other providers using these same funds in each county. So that's helpful to have. Thank you, Jackson.
Tennessee.
time.
And again, there's other things on this website to go in and
Reach
to
out to me,
really
we'll
do a
investigate,
deep
no-
dive and to understand more of
No,
how,
I'm glad
you
you
know,
have
there are
those.
organizations out there to help you through every single walk of life.
God bless you.
So if you have time and you just want to go through and look at the website, it is extremely beneficial for anybody in the disabled world who needs some type of information that you may not already have.
That's accesstennessee.org.
Empowertennessee.org.
Empower, sorry. Wrong word.
And John,
Yeah,
it's Empower, and then Tennessee is spelled all the way out
okay.
.org. Just so you know, because I wrote down Empower TN.
Yeah.
And with that, I will take it back to whoever's in charge. All right, so moving on to committee reports.
Okay, so I will take the committee reports. Bylaws, none. There's no report. They will not meet until after MTAS and outside legal counsel study is completed and a third member is added to the committee. Bylaws now has 2 members, and each committee and strategic plan group must have a minimum of 3 members. Current members of that committee are Kane and Ziegler. Membership is scheduled to meet on October 2nd. I do need to report that Paul Robertson resigned effective immediately on Thursday, September 5th. Current members for the membership committee are Matheson, Mall, and Spangler. Transportation is slated to meet on October 7th, and current members of that committee are Brooks, Carter, Eldridge, Maxwell, and Simmons.
So we need to see about shuffling somebody, but we can't do anything like that until we actually have a full chair. Is that correct?
Well, anytime a member wants to move committees or strategic plan groups, we definitely let them. And one of the reasons is because we want people to be passionate about what committee or strategic plan group that they're on. However, with bylaws not meeting and, until after this study is done, I don't feel it's necessary to have somebody volunteer to move at this meeting. If, however, anybody on hopefully transportation, but also, of course, membership would prefer being on bylaws, simply let me know, and I will work to make sure that we have at least 3 members in every group, and I will let everyone know when we don't.
Okay. If anyone wants to change, I'm all for it, and then you can just switch me to bylaws if need be, if somebody only wants to do transpo. Or sorry, membership correction.
Okay, so what I heard you say is you're still good on membership where you are, but if somebody wants to do membership rather than bylaws, you're willing to move over to bylaws?
Correct.
Okay, just wanted to verify that is what I heard.
Sorry, sometimes I don't speak the English directly.
It is okay, and sometimes I don't hear correctly, which is why I was double checking with you. I'm sure that I will probably have 1 or more members reach out to me between now and the next meeting, and when that happens, Matheson, I will let you know, and thank you for stepping up so much lately.
Not a problem.
New line.
Okay, so now we can move on to strategic plan reports.
Okay, strategic plan reports, and I believe they both met one met this week, one met last week, correct? So livability.
Well, I will also take both of those. This is going to be the Misha talking hour, and I apologize. So livability was scheduled to meet on September 4th, 2024. However, only members Spangler and Kane were in attendance, as was Cody Guest and former member Karen Lowe. The meeting was dismissed due to the requirement of having 3 members present to hold a meeting. And current members of that strategic plan group are Brooks, Kane, Carter, Maxwell, Matheson, Mall, Spangler, and Ziegler. Universal Design was to meet on September 9th, 2024. However, due to Robertson's resignation, Universal Design now only has 2 members. And as I said, each committee and strategic plan group must have a minimum of 3. So the meeting was canceled. Current members of that group are Eldridge and Simmons.
It's sort of looking like we have a little bit of a pattern going on here.
10,
We have meetings scheduled, we have committees, we have roles for officers, but we can't get any of that done because we don't have appointed officers or second terms approved. Is that, in a nutshell, what is our situation here? Okay, so
I believe you're correct.
I'm sorry, what, Maddie?
Sorry, I believe that you are correct.
Okay, so, well, that negatively impacts Cody's ability to get the work done. You know, which in turn negatively impacts us because our hands are tied. We aren't members of Cody, we're staff. So I don't know. I have no idea when MTAS is going to be done, but I do know MTAS already completed a study over a year ago. We've got those results. So hopefully it wouldn't take too much longer. And the law firm that's looking at all the programming, I know they're currently doing that. So, but seriously, if this goes on for much longer, we won't have any ability to do anything.
9,
And again, that's very frustrating.
I completely agree with you, Cook. This is Matheson.
Is there anything as Eldridge, is there anything we can do to facilitate or encourage or whatever that, or is that a process totally out of our hands and influence?
Only thing I think you could do is ask Mayor Kincannon to please reconsider just the, maybe not the new member appointments, but the current member second terms and the officers so that Cody can actually do the work.
Right.
That's what you could do, but you're not obligated, of course.
I'd like to make a request of all the members that are here. When you're asking what you can do, what I would really appreciate, as well as I'm sure that other Cody members, because we are so low on Cody members at the moment, but more especially in committees and strategic plan groups, if you do know in advance that you're not able to attend, please just send me a text, an email, smoke signal, however you have to do it. Because if for any reason I know that we're not going to have 3 members, I can cancel it in advance and save everybody the hassle of trying to come and waiting for the 10 to 15 minutes. And that's all that I would ask of you. Okay, Maddie, I believe that we can move on to new business now.
Alrighty. Moving on to new business. So back to you, Misha.
I actually don't have any new business, but I do have announcements.
Okay, does anyone have new business? Okay. So moving on, we'll move to announcements in public forum. Misha.
Knoxville Academy of Medicine, in partnership with the Tennessee Bar Association, is offering a free advanced directive for healthcare clinic on Saturday, September 21st, 2024, from 9 o'clock in the morning until noon at 9032 Cross Park Drive. Call legal aid at East Tennessee at 865-251-4948, or speak with Cody member Kane if you do have any questions. The KAEC National Disability Employment Breakfast, or NDEAM, will be on October 17th at Rothschild Catering. Individual tickets are $30 and doors open at 7:30 a.m. For more information, please email kaectn@gmail.com. Also, Knoxville, Knox County Office on Aging will be holding their Aging a Family Affair 2024 event on Thursday, November 14th from 8 o'clock a.m. to 3:45 p.m. at Rothschild Catering. Cost is $25 before October 25th and $30 thereafter or at the door. For more information, please call the Office on Aging at 865-524-2786. You probably have also noticed that you did receive emails with these flyers and this information earlier today in your inboxes, so you may also refer to those.
Cook, you had your hand up?
I have to say, that since Misha and I are members, we represent the city on the Knoxville Area Employment Consortium. We're intimately familiar with this event, and we happen to know that we got some heavy hitting employers on the panel this year. Amazon, FedEx, what's the third? Lowe's. Amazon, FedEx, and Lowe's. So because employment of individuals with disabilities is so important, without employment, you can't afford housing, transportation, healthcare, anything else. Because of that, Disability Services will be buying a table if we need to buy two, so that all 10 affiliated with Codi folks can attend. I'm willing to do that. If you wish to attend, let me sure I know for the NDEAM breakfast, and we will see that you get a ticket that DSO pays for, okay?
Cook, this is Maddie. Do they have flyers for these events out yet?
Sure, we can send that out to you. May have already, but we'll send it again.
I'm sure
You
you
know,
have.
Misha, she sends everything so quickly, and sometimes even I forget she's already sent me something because she did it immediately. So we'll get it out again, okay?
All of this stuff was sent out. If you're talking about MDEAM, that was sent out, I believe, on the 4th. And then again, earlier this morning at about 10:30 a.m. If you can't find it, just let me know and I will send it to you again.
No, I have the second one, so thank you.
Okay. All right, so Matheson, unless there are additional announcements that anyone wants to make, and I'll let you call for that. The next steps would be public forum and then adjournment of the meeting.
Okay, do we have any internal announcements that need to be made by anyone? And is there anybody present that would like to use the public forum process?
I have one little bitty thingy.
Yes,
It's
ma'am.
an event in the third week of November known as the celebration of Cody's 40th year in existence. So, you know, again, fewer members, fewer things are getting done, a little slower when it's just Misha and I. So, if y'all could just please keep that on your radar. If you do little to nothing else, if you could please send out the sponsorship form and attempt to get at least one donor. It doesn't have to be a presenting sponsor. It'd be nice, but you know, we barely have the money to cover the food. So for everything else, we're going to have to raise the funds, and we're 2 months out. So if you could please just start hitting email sends, Facebook, whatever you got to do to try to get some support for that event, that would be fantastic.
Cook, this is Matheson. What are we looking for as a minimum expectation of what we can raise before we start having issues?
interesting question. I think you're trying to get to what minimum amount would we have to make this happen? Some
That
of that
works.
is a little in flux because we don't yet know exactly how many people will be there.
Understood.
We just have an estimate from Rothschild's on the amount per person, so we're trying to drill down to that. And it took us a while just to get through making sure that the language on that sponsorship form is completely cool. We ran that through the law department, and we also ran that through the purchasing department, because you got to be really careful. Nobody should ever expect to get something in return for supporting an event like this. And so that language had to be vetted, and it was, and we're golden. Now, Misha's excited to tell us something. Yes, ma'am.
No, I am not excited. I have another resignation to report that just came in at 3:29.
Okay, who?
Nancy Carter has resigned, from Cody.
Okay, so let's talk about that. We're down to now 9.
9,
That's the absolute minimum.
yes.
Okay, so it's getting to be a bigger and larger problem. It's also problematic because we have no representation from the deaf community. And now we have no representation from the visually impaired community. That's unacceptable to me. So we're going to have to figure something out. I don't know what that's going to be, but I'll try to work on that between now and the next meeting. Okay.
I'm on the board at Knoxville Center for the Deaf. I can talk with people there to see if anyone's interested, or sign with them to see if anyone's interested in joining Cody.
But
You
see,
can't.
Jackson, you don't have to, because we have a hugely competent individual who is deaf, who was a previous Cody chair, that just simply needs to be approved as a member. But then again, now that I say that, he's part of the 6 new members that we aren't appointing anybody until all these studies are done. So I don't know. It's a mess. It's a mess. I better just shut up right now. So it's a mess.
Let's table this until we can talk offline to see what we can do to add a little heat, and if anything's possible, because otherwise we're not meeting the functionality at all.
And people with disabilities' voices are not being heard. Kanya asked, when will the study be complete? Have no idea, Kanya. This has been going on for about 2 years, so we really don't know. I wish I could give you a roundabout time frame, but I have no idea.
This is Eldridge. I guess, is there absolutely no way to have I don't know what, acting member? Somebody who's been, applied, wants it, whatever. That could be at least acting in any way? Is that totally out of the question?
We have bylaws, and those bylaws are very specific. Anybody in the public is welcome to come to Cody meeting. You can give us information at the public forum. You can make announcements, whatever. You can show up at the in-person meetings. You can be online at the Zooms, but you wouldn't have an opportunity to make a motion or to vote on actions. So we really need bona fide members who are capable of making a motion and, getting work done.
So this is Maddie. I'm sure there's a way that you can bypass and what's termed states of emergency. And since we're at 9 members, I believe that constitutes that. I'm going to read through the bylaws and just see what I can find, if anything. Because I think at that point it'd get to be a defunct status. So therefore, to prevent that from happening, there has to be something in place that we can enact to solve the short-term issues for the long-term gain. But yeah, that's what I got.
All I can say is to each and every one of you on this Zoom call, those that came in the August person meeting, those that, who are willing to continue to put in the work, although you haven't yet been officially given a second term or made an officer, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I would like to
Yes,
say
ma'am.
one thing. I know some of this is discouraging. I feel it too. Um, regardless of what is going on, this body is so important for the disability community. Please don't get discouraged. Knoxville needs you.
Okay, I think it's time to adjourn.
I will agree with you there on that one. So if no one has anything else, can I get a motion to adjourn?
This is Ziegler. I motion to adjourn.
I'll second
Do I have a
Eldridge.
second? All righty. All in
Thank you
favor?
all.
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?